Space, the final frontier. These are the voyages of a new Trekkie. My 5-year mission to search out Star Trek media, to seek out our fans and merchandise, to boldly go where no fan has gone before.
New sunglasses. So yeah, they look like Tony Stark sunglasses. I kind of like that though. So we're back to talking about the show Deep Space Nine with episodes The Siege and Invasion Procedures. Let's look at The Siege first. In the previous episode, Lee Nollis, a hero of the Bajorians' resistance against the Kardashian occupation, was appointed liaison to Deep Space Nine by this Bajorian nationalist movement known as the Circle. Gained influence, the Bajorian government ordered Starfleet to evacuate DS9. In this episode, Lee and Starfleet Commander Benjamin Sisko helped stop DS9 from being commanded by the Circle, with Major Akira and Lieutenant Dax to try to discredit the Circle to Bajoran government. And so this also the actor Michelangelo appears in this episode again. Apparently he did not want to be credited because he thought, I'm not doing this for money, I'm not doing this for exposure, I'm just doing it for my kids. Which honestly, when I think about it, it's actually pretty cool in the fact, I'm not really interested in wanting to be, known just as a Star Trek actor or, the money. I'm just doing this because my kids like this. I feel like that's a good mentality to think of it that way. And I kind of thought this episode was pretty good, in that, we have some bit of more story development for the character of Lee Nollis, in the fact that in this episode he is helping everyone try to say, hey, everyone who is on DS9 is trying to say, hey, we need to get away, we need to fight against the Circle. And when Kira and Dax are trying to get away, I kind of thought, okay, their moments are pretty fun in the fact that the characters kind of work off each other well, in the fact that in this episode, Kira is kind of she's kind of having a bit of, what would be the word, remembrance, nostalgia, in the fact that she is using a ship that she would use during the war against the Kardashians.
We'll have to fly by the seat of our pants.
Great! Seat of the pants technology.
You Starfleet types are too dependent on gadgets and gizmos. You lose your natural instincts for survival.
My natural instincts for survival told me not to climb aboard this thing.
So she is having a lot of fun, whereas Dax is say, I'm not so sure we can actually use this thing. She's just say, are we sure this thing is safe? And I think the moments when they're trying to say, now everyone, we need to be quiet and all that, because the Circle, they could show up in any moment. They're like spies. And ever so often, the crew is just say, now we have you, because they're just trying to go sneak in it. Not the crew, but the Circle are just sneaking into rooms, going to say, where are the Federation? Where are the Federation? And boom, there they are. But I kind of thought this episode was pretty entertaining. I thought it was a very good bit of a climax to a 3-arc episode. So let's look at the next episode, which is Invasion Procedures. In this episode, a bitter, unjoined Trill attempts to steal the Dax symbiont from Jadzia. But I thought the character of Varad, played by John Glover, he did a pretty good job at the first part. Like, he feels vindictive in the fact that, hey, I feel like I should have been wanted this and all that. And, like, he feels like, hey, I should be owed this. I have such humongous intelligence, this so much blah 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 blah, and he's just frustrated. And I gotta say that he does a good job going from, like, showing, like, this character that is a bit mousy, a bit of unsure of himself, and then suddenly, after he gets the Dax symbiont, he becomes this confident, won't be another word. I guess the major word would be confident. And that, hey, I feel like I can do this. And I feel like say that this is like, say, when it comes to an episode, this is Quark's most goofiest, in the fact that, he is, just like in a previous episode, he was trying to escape from the station. In this episode, he is, trying to help the basically pretend that he got hurt by the Klingon.
I got him!
Stay back.
Maybe we should talk about this, huh? My ear. Pathetic.
So he is just pretending he has a humongous earache so that they can, knock the Klingon, who is, in a way, not by force, not by, actually he's wanting to help the Klingon that is kind of helping the Dark Bajir. And, I don't know, I kind of like it when, Quark actually is more involved and helps the crew on DS9, instead of episodes where he is just, sometimes where he's just, like, sneaky, trying to figure, like, say, what can help me out in the long haul. But I gotta say, both of these episodes were pretty good, and that at the end of the episode, Varad, basically, he's, in a way, become too confident. He is wanting to get away, because he doesn't want anyone to take the symbiont. And so Benjamin Sisko's, like, say, tells him, Varad, goes, Varad, don't call me Benjamin. And then basically he knocks his ass out. And so, yeah, eventually, he gets the symbiont removed from him. But at the same time, I feel like, say, when it comes to the character, I feel like, say, yeah, he's a bit... It's tragic in the fact that he felt like he needed the symbiont, so he feels like he wasn't at his full potential. So yeah, that's understandable. In fact, he feel like, say, he needs this to become a better version of himself. And yeah, overall, pretty good.